got the Hiya Toys Universal Soldier Luc Deveraux in the house. Let's get it opened.
I'm the best in the world. It's not a lie. It's always in my hands, reaching for the sky. Set fire, oh, set fire.
What's going on, everybody, and welcome back to the channel. Thanks for joining me for another figure review. For today's figure review, we finally got it in hand, in possession. Super excited. The Hiya Toys Universal Soldier, Luc Deveraux, Jean-Claude Van Damme. That's right, guys. So I have had the privilege of reviewing these Hiya figures in the past. They are their Exquisite line. I've done the Rambo ones, and all three of them have been absolutely fantastic figures. So when they announced this and we were getting a Jean-Claude Van Damme, yeah, I was all over that. And just excited about this because it's Jean-Claude Van Damme. There's not a whole lot of figures out there. Yeah, Diamond Select has done some stuff. There's some 6-scale stuff getting ready to come out. So to get like an actual, like, not like a Bloodsport or a kickboxer, but a different character that he's done, awesome. Excited. Stoked. So you guys know how I like to do my figure reviews by now. So let's go ahead, let's get this started, and let's take a look at the box. All right, guys, and here is a look at the box. So obviously you can see the warning, the choking hazard, all that stuff. Universal Soldier, Luc Deveraux. You got Hiya Toys. You kind of got like a image of Van Damme, and you got Dolph Lundgren there. On the side, it says Luc Deveraux. On the back, Universal Soldier. Bunch of other information. On the side again, Luc Deveraux. On the bottom, nothing. And then obviously take off the slip cover. You get that really cool picture of Van Damme. Obviously, Luc Deveraux was his character, Universal Soldier. Nothing on the side, nothing on the back. Again, nothing on the bottom and nothing on the top. And then we go ahead, we take this cover off. And there you can see right here, you got the figure, all the accessories, everything that's there. So let's go ahead now. Let me get all these accessories out and we'll take a look at them. All right, guys, so here are all the accessories that come with it. So obviously, let's start with the stand, which is one of my favorite things because this actually comes up. You got the plastic bag in here where you can put all the extra accessories that you don't use. I love that they do that. It's so cool. This has Universal Soldier on it, so you can actually take this cover off, or you can put this one on, which has all the different holes, so you can pose them in different positions, so you don't have to actually have them center of that. You've got the arm that goes in there, that bends, twists, turns. It's got the waist grabber, again, turns, bends, twists, all that usual good stuff. You do get a slew of hands with this. So, you know, basically there's fists, there's gun hands, there's open hands, there's C-grip hands. So, you know, just usual hands, nothing special about it. You do get the belt of the rounds for the M60 that he has, which is really cool. So you get a full belt and you get like this little belt that you can probably feed into the gun. We also get 2 grenades. Now, these are very small. There is not a whole lot of, you know, detail to it, but you could tell it is a grenade. You got some kind of watch or monitoring tracking device that goes around the wrist, if I remember correctly from the movie. If not, I stand corrected. We also get a nightstick, which is pretty cool. Nice detail on it. And then we get the headset that goes on his head that has the camera, the microphone, so they could see what he could see and he could report back. We also get a Desert Eagle. You guys could see. It's pretty cool. It doesn't have any working parts to it. We also get this little submachine gun with the big laser sight on there. So that's really cool. They did a great job on this. I believe it's an Uzi. So, and then of course you get this giant M60, which is really nicely done. A lot of nice detail on there, like the gunmetal. The tripod does actually move on this. That's about the only working part. And then obviously you've got the slit right there where you could feed part of the cutoff belt piece through for the ammo. And then you get, there's already a portrait on the figure, but you get two additional portraits. You get like this one that's like him kind of like grimacing, kind of like angry. But again, they did a nice job on the portrait. It does look a little off. It's not quite exactly Van Damme-esque, but it's close. You can tell it's Van Damme. And then they have this other one, which I kind of like, is kind of like the smirking, grinning portrait. So I like that. And yeah, that's about it. It does come with a bunch of accessories, just like the other ones have in the past. So, all right, let's go ahead. Let's bring the figure in, and let's take a look at that. All right, guys, and here is Luc Deveraux himself. So he's got the Army camo bodysuit that they had on. You know, nice detail on that. Pattern's really nice. Colors are pretty vibrant. Got a nice soft fabric material. I like the boots. They did a great job on the detail on the Army boots. Got this little pouch right here on the back. You got the whole suit tied up and everything. You got all these additional pouches and everything to put stuff, which is nicely done. Got these really big blocky like shoulder pads on there. You can see how those are put on there. And then you get the regular stoic portrait of Van Damme. To me, this really doesn't look so much like Van Damme. I don't know. Let me see. Let me pop it off and there we go. So I give you guys a better look at that. Like, I'm not particularly a fan of how this one looks compared to the other ones that came with it. I think the other ones that came with it look more like him. So we might have to decide which portrait we're going to go to with that. Obviously the head pops on really great. You get the hands and everything. So, I mean, overall, nicely done on the materials and everything, but let's go ahead. Let's dive into the articulation right now. So the head does go down, goes up, turns left, right. The suit kind of hinders it going down and going back a little bit. The arm goes up about yay high. That's as high as it goes because of this and the other suit, and it's kind of pulling on the fabric a little bit. You do get double jointed elbows, which is great. You do get hip swivel as far as going down, going back. That's as far as it goes. With the leg, you do get a little bit of a quad turn. You do get double jointed knees. You do get ankle pivoting just a little bit. And again, this is like a soft rubber boot, so it doesn't, like you could see, like if I get close, like it, I don't know, just kind of, it feels a little flimsy to me, but I mean, it's, you know, for what it is, it's still a pretty good. No toe articulation or anything like that. So that's basically it for the figure itself. Again, it's not a bad looking figure. I'm not, like I said, I'm not sold on this portrait. The articulation is, you know, compared to the other higher figures I've done in the past, the Rambo ones have better articulation in my opinion, and it could be just because of the character and the suit. You know, because Rambo is more, you know, tank tops and no shirt at all, where, you know, this is all fully suited up. So again, the articulation is going to be a little bit more limited on this as it would the Rambo. So, but other than that, I like the accessories. I dig the figure. Not a fan of this portrait. I'm going to use one of the other ones. So, all right, let's go ahead. Let's get this thing into some poses. All right, guys, so I feel meh about this, and it's because of the articulation, you know, because obviously the suit really hinders it. I mean, the material is really good, but I just don't, it limits the lack of range for the arms and the legs and everything. It didn't come with instructions, so it's not like it shows you where to place like the grenades or extra guns or things like that. So there was really no instructions with it. But the one positive thing I always like about Hiya is, you know, they give you the figure stand with the bag, just kind of like what Mezco does. Put all the accessories in there if you don't want to package it back up in the box. So you have like the little storage container, which is great. The accessories that usually come with it are really good. I just really wasn't sold on any of the Van Damme portraits. They looked a little off. It's close, but not close enough to get me like, oh, you know. But again, the Stallone ones, they've done a fantastic job on, all the Rambo ones. And of course, now they're announcing Rocky and Creed and all that other stuff. So I'm pumped for those. Again, they're great figures for the price. I would definitely say this is comparable to a Mezco, maybe just a little bit of a downgrade from a Mezco, but still a great figure. You know, I enjoy it. So again, I wish the portrait was just a little better in my opinion, and maybe that could have helped me overlook everything else. Like I said, you got these little satchels right here. You got other things right here. You know, it doesn't come with any instructions, so you don't know what goes where. I wish that was the case, because I feel like that was something that's lacking for this. But overall, you know, if you're going to keep it in a static position, great figure. If you wanted to like really like articulate it, I don't know what to tell you. But other than that, guys, that wraps up another figure review. I hope you enjoyed. Comment down below. Let me know your thoughts. And as always, be sure to like, comment, share, and subscribe and all that other good stuff. And I'll see you guys on the next figure review.
I'm the best in the world.